morning, Manette.
Damage my career.
Jenny, you know, I don't know what he would do if he felt that someone was making a fool out of him.
What about Tracy?
Yeah, that's the person I think we really need to worry about.
Do you know what she intends to do?
So you're down in New York trying to track down Ryan?
Yeah. Well, I'm looking up his buddies from med school, and I thought I'd start with you.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, Mr. Baldwin. Other than that, we went to NYU together.
Oh. So you lost touch with him too, huh?
Afraid so.
Damn. Well,
you know, no one really ever got to know Ryan that well.
Well, yeah, he's a quiet kind of guy, and but he was a nice enough fella, right? I mean,
nice enough, but you know, he kept to himself. We all studied hard, but the rest of us like to take some time off to socialize.
Yeah, well, you med students, boy, you guys had access to all kinds of fun stuff. But I remember Ryan, he always had an excuse, part of the fun.
Yeah, his girlfriend. Remember, they were always together until she was killed?
Oh, that's right, yeah, right. It was a car accident, wasn't it?
Yeah, sometime after he finished med school. Tragic. You know, they never even found the driver.
It was a hit-and-run accident?
I thought you knew. Didn't Ryan tell you?
Yeah, well, you see, I was a couple years older than Ryan, so I'd already moved off to Hollywood to pursue my career. I heard about the accident. I just didn't know that it was a hit-and-run accident.
Yeah, he was devastated. I mean, he could hardly even talk about it.
Were there any witnesses?
As a matter of fact, there were.
And was the hit-and-run driver, was it a man or a woman?
A man. They definitely said the driver was a man.
Hi. Remember us?
We were here a few months ago.
Oh, sure, I remember you. You're the lady with amnesia, asking about Todd Wilson.
That's right, only this time we brought a photograph. Is that Todd Wilson?
Yeah, I'd say that's him.
Did you testify to that?
Why, sure I'd testify, because that there is Todd Wilson.
Great, thank you.
Oh,
Thank
you
you
bet.
very much.
You better,
Thank you.
it's all right.
Now we can prove that Ryan was lying.
We might not even have to go to trial.
I'm so happy.
You okay?
Yeah, I guess I was dreaming
What were you dreaming about?
about going to Texas and proving that Ryan is really Todd. And there was no trial. And it was all over. Oh, I wish it were true.
Why not to get so down?
I can't help it.
If it means anything to you, I know you've been telling the truth.
Thank you. That means a lot to me.
Well, you know what they say about it being dark before the dawn.
Must be getting pretty close to the dawn because it's pretty darn dark.
You have got to have a little faith.
We just need some evidence from Texas.
Look, all we need is one person to ID that photograph of Ryan, and we're in.
Mac, even if we do get an ID, that doesn't prove that Ryan killed anybody.
I know it doesn't. But that's where we come in.
The detectives.
That's right. Felicia, we got to prove that there was a murder. And once we do that, we got to find out everything we can about that woman you saw Ryan kill.
His wife.
Look, now that you got your memory back, why don't you try and tell me everything you can about her?
I'm not sure I can do that.
Let's try and find out.
It was at night. I was at my grandmother's hacienda, and I was just getting out of the shower. There was a loud knock at the door. Somebody was angry, so I went to open up the door, and she just barged right in.
Stay away from my husband.
What are you talking about?
Oh, cut the innocent act, you little tramp. I have been watching you and Ryan for days now, and I know every nasty little thing the two of you have done together, so back off.
I don't know
He's
anybody.
mine.
I don't know anybody by the name of Ryan.
You know him as Todd Wilson. But his name is Ryan Chamberlain, and he is my husband.
That's impossible. He's never been married.
Look, I've been looking for him for a year now, and I am taking him back with me. So you stay away from him if you know it's good for you.
Why should I believe you?
Well, why don't you ask Todd if you ever see him again?
I just couldn't believe it.
You say it took her a year to find Ryan?
Yeah. And she wanted to take him back with her, which tells me that she wasn't from around there.
Exactly. I mean, they probably were moving from place to place.
Well, she was with him. So how are we going to find her, Mac?
We'll just check all the hotels. See if anyone fits that description. You remember what she looked like?
Well, her hair was sort of long, sort of brownish red. She looked sort of like Bonnie Raitt.
All right, fine. So we're looking for a woman with reddish-brown hair.
Oh, that doesn't give us much to go on, Mac.
But we got to find out where she came from.
How do we do that? By checking the hotel registers?
And any phone calls that she might have made.
And that'll give us more clues to go on.
Well, this isn't going to be so hard after all now, is it?
I've got to ask you something.
Sure.
A few minutes ago, you said that you believed what I was telling you about Ryan. Is that true?
Of course it's true.
No, I really want to know. You're not doing this just to help me, are you? I mean, you really believe me?
I believe you, Felicia. I believe every word.
Monica?
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm talking to you. I walked all the way.
I can see that. You aren't even supposed to be on your feet.
No, but that's why I am, to prove to you that I'm ready to go home today.
Excuse me, Ryan. With the injuries you sustained, there's no way I'm going to release you.
Simone, will you tell the doctor that the doctor knows best?
Simone, will you tell your friend how serious he could be?
Doctors, I'm going to try to stay out of this one.
Oh, thank you. Oh, come on, Monica. Let me out of here. I promise I'll be careful.
Let me ask you a question. What's the hurry?
Look, I tried to get Jessica Holmes to drop the charges. She wouldn't do it. And considering how I feel about Felicia, I think the best thing is for me to be there to help.
What do you think you could do?
I just want to be there for her.
Oh.
Look, let me make a deal with you. If I pass this morning's exams, you let me leave today.
Let's see how the exams go.
Well, you've got some very persuasive powers there, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah. So how are you feeling, Ryan?
I'm stronger every day, honest. Yeah, physically, anyway.
All right, well, if you're so strong, then let's see about getting you set up for that exam.
Okay.
Emotionally, how are you?
Oh, that depends on who I talk to. I ran into Bobby and Tony yesterday.
Guess that wasn't much fun.
It was awkward, to say the least.
Well, you gotta know that most people believe Felicia.
Yeah. And the sad thing is, most people don't seem to realize that she's the one that needs the help.
Well, it's yet to be determined, and there's not much you can do about that.
You know what the irony is, don't you?
What's that?
That we're all really on the same side. We all just care about Felicia.
Yes, we do. That's true.
Simone, I hope that what's happened hasn't made you think less of me.
Brian, you're a very competent doctor, and that's why I brought you on staff in the first place.
And after?
After what? After a wonderful job that you've done with the kids? I knew my instincts were right. You were the perfect doctor for the job. I just hope that I'm handling this right. I cannot imagine you doing all the things that Felicia said you did. That's it.
Thank you. Isn't that cute? The wife is giving the hubby coffee. Do you cut his meat, too?
Good morning, Mother.
Hello, Tracy. And no, I don't cut his meat.
I cut hers.
Well, that's pretty adorable, I have to admit. But if you don't mind, I'd like to change the subject. How is that airline deal coming, Ned?
Well, it's coming along just fine. Thanks for asking.
Good. What does Jenny think of it?
Jenny is having her coffee.
Jenny is actually going to help me out. She's going to have lunch with the senator's wife. Right? You're going to set that up?
Right, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it today, honey.
Oh, come on, just one little phone call. It's really important that I find out as much information as I can about the senator.
I couldn't agree more. The wife is always a good place to start.
It's just that I don't even know what to say to Pamela.
You just tell her how much you and your husband love each other, how important it is to support one another, and then you ask her to ask him to keep an open mind.
God, couldn't have put it better myself. Love and support, that's the name of the game.
Mm-hmm. While we're at it, do you have any information about Kensington?
What kind of information?
Well, anything that will help greenlight this deal, push it through the Senate committee.
None that I can think of.
We'll try, Mother, okay? I mean, after all, it was you who invited the Kensingtons here in the first place.
Yes, but darling, it's Jenny that knows the senator well.
No, not really, Tracy.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. It's the daughter that you know, right?
Jenny and I have already discussed this. She's told me everything she knows about Kensington.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Everything? Well, then you know everything there is to know.
Brenda? Brenda! Brenda! Why aren't you in school?
I'm sick.
Oh, thank God for headphones. You listen to that music way too loud. You're going to knock out your eardrums. You don't feel like you're sick. You don't have a fever.
Yes, well, I'm staying home anyway. Is Ned coming over? Is that why you don't want me around?
Ned is a happily married man. He loves Jenny, and she loves him. Why don't you accept that? Do you really want to know?
Yeah, I really want to know. Well, for one thing, this tape that I found in your bag is very interesting.
I could strangle you.
That's old news.
How dare you go through my purse? Not like this is the first time.
You know, Julia, I think I admire you after all.
Oh, why
I mean,
aren't I thrilled to hear that?
You really know how to get your man, is what I mean. You want Ned, so you're going after Jenny, right?
No, I would never do that to Jenny.
And her ex-lover is a U.S. senator? That's very devious.
Look,
Julia.
I did not spy on Jenny, okay?
Yes, it's right here on this tape. What
I don't
do you
care
spy on
what's
Jenny?
on the tape. I didn't spy on anybody.
Okay, so you hired a detective.
No, I didn't.
Then how'd you get this tape?
None of your business.
You have listened to the tape, right? I mean, it's very hot.
Yeah, a lot hotter than your so-called fever. Of course I listened to the tape.
Well, I guess it doesn't really matter how you got the tape. I mean, their marriage is over, right? As soon as you play it for Ned.
See, I am not going to play it for Ned. I wouldn't do that to either of them.
Oh, are you crazy? You could have him, Julia, like that.
Look, I don't want him like that. I have no intention of playing that tape for Ned. It'll destroy his marriage.
You have the perfect opportunity to get the man of your dreams. You have the perfect weapon. You're not going to use it? No. Oh, some role model you turned out to be.
Yes, hi, this is Paul Hornsby speaking. Can I set an appointment with Dr. Steve Hardy, please? Today, if possible. 11 o'clock, yeah, that'd be fine, actually. To discuss Mark O'Dane. One of the hospital's fundraisers. What do you mean you haven't heard of him? No, somehow that doesn't surprise me, actually. Okay, thanks for the info. I'll be there. Thanks, bye. Hello?
Hello, darling. Are you ready to go Christmas shopping?
No.
Well, you better get ready. We're going to buy presents for Susan and Dylan.
Tracy, I've already done all of my shopping.
Oh, that's a relief. You can help me.
I don't think so, not today, no.
Busy? As usual?
Yeah, I have some things to take care of.
Well, you always do.
Some very long overdue things, actually, darling.
I can't change your mind?
Nope, not today.
You're in a rather take charge kind of mood?
Tracy, you don't have any idea. I'll see you later.
Hello.
Tracy Hornsby, please.
This is she?
Tracy, this is Jack Kensington.
Hello, Senator. How are you?
Fine, thank you. By any chance, are you available for breakfast with me this morning?
I am, and I'd love to.
So glad you could join me.
Thank you. Nice to see you, Jack. How are you?
Could be better, could be better. Please, be seated. You're looking lovely this morning.
Thank you.
It seems we have a delicate situation here.
Situation, Jack?
Well, I'm sure you know what I'm referring to.
Why don't I let you say it first?
It's come to my attention that you have in your possession a certain tape.
Jack, I hope you understand there's nothing personal.
Nothing personal? Could seriously ruin my career.
Jack, I'm not out to ruin your career.
Then why the tape?
Well, I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but sadly for you, you are just a pawn in a very important chess game.
Tracy, I don't take kindly to being a pawn in anyone's game.
I'm sure you don't. Most men in power don't. Actually, the next move is up to Jenny.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. You see, we have an understanding.
Jenny and I have talked.
So you know, as long as she holds up her end of the bargain, your career and her marriage will continue as planned.
Keeping the tape is your little insurance policy.
Just my way of making sure Jenny stays away from my husband.
Been in politics for a long time, Tracy. And I'm not going to be your patsy.
I sense a chill coming on.
ELQ has many holdings. Is that not true?
You know the answer to that, Jack?
Well, if certain legislations were enacted, you get the picture.
I love a good game of hardball, Jack. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I'll skip breakfast. I have some Christmas shopping I'd rather do.
Okay, I'm not a good role model because I won't break up somebody else's marriage, right? I was just joking. Relax. No, you weren't. Listen to me. Ned loves his wife. He really does. And what's on this tape is between him and Jenny, and it's none of my business, and that's why I'll never use it.
Okay. Maybe Ned loves his wife. That does not change the fact. Julia, there's something going on between you two.
Oh, I am so tired of hearing this. Ned and I work together, Bren. We like each other, that's it.
I know you like each other. I've seen the way he looks at you. And I see the way you look at him.
Oh, so you think I should just go for it?
Yes, I would.
Of course you would.
It's safe. Don't you see there's no strings? Bull. Julia, maybe you should just try having an affair with Ned. I mean, you might like it.
Brenda, it's wrong. That's the difference between you and me. I look before I leap.
How are you going to have any fun in life?
Fun? Look, having an affair with a married man just leads to disaster.
Okay. So, if that's true, if you really believe that, then why don't you tell me why you're still holding on to that tape?
Because
I'm going to give the tape to Jenny.
What?
Yes, Jenny has every right to know that somebody's after her.
You are actually thinking of giving this tape to Jenny?
Yes, and I wish you'd just pretend you never heard it.
And you really think I'm going to do that?
Don't you have a sick bed you should be lying in?
Yes, I was on my way there when I noticed that tape in your purse.
Well, it's not in my purse now. Go, go.
Fine.
I'm going home today.
Yes, you're going home, and you can go home if you don't overdo.
I always follow doctor's orders.
In that case, then you make an appointment to come back and see us about a week, 2 weeks at the most.
I will, I promise. Thank you, Monica. Taking great care of me.
Well, good luck.
Thanks.
I guess you have to let us know when you're ready to get back to work.
Oh, man. Yeah, actually, I am really concerned about my patients. I know they can be assigned to other doctors, but... Well, you know how I feel.
Of course I do.
You know, I've been putting off asking you something because of patient-doctor confidentiality, but your husband is treating Felicia.
And you want to know what he thinks since the stabbing?
Is there anything you can tell me?
That you're right. Patient-doctor confidentiality still applies.
Sorry. I don't mean to pry. I'm just really worried about her.
I understand. We all are.
I just hope Tom can help her, that's all.
Dr. Chamberlain, I have your things for you.
Oh, great.
Guess that's my cue to bring the car around. I'll take you home.
Simone! Well, thanks. It's a good thing I had a change of clothes here. I'd have to wear these things home.
Yeah. Anything else I can do for you?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Well, I feel better now.
It can't be because of that crummy airline food.
No, not because of the food. Because you believe me.
I've always believed you. Well, come on now that breakfast is over, let's get back to the case.
What part?
The part where you remember everything you can about Ryan's wife.
Yee. Well, I remember something. It was her voice.
Her voice?
She had an accent. It was a slight one, but it was very distinctive.
Foreign or domestic?
It's domestic. Sounded like she was from New England.
All right. So we got a police sketch and a woman who you think came from New England.
She had a sunburn, too.
So that means she came from part of the country that didn't get sun that time of year.
Which explains why she gets a sunburn so easily.
Well, maybe it's not going to be so hard after all.
Poor woman. Do you think she would know that her husband was a sociopath?
I don't think people like Ryan advertise.
I remember when I got my memory back, I was so frightened. Especially when I found out he was drugging me.
You must have been terrified.
I was. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't drink, I couldn't eat. I just hope we can prove that he was drugging me.
We're going to get the proof once Tony analyzes those 2 vials we stole from Ryan's apartment.
That's going to be good for our case, isn't it?
That, plus anything else we find in Texas.
Mac, if we could just get the picture of me when I had the wedding dress on, God, that would help so much.
Maybe there wasn't any film because it wasn't in the camera.
Think he took it out?
Why not? Sure. He could have put it right in his pants pocket.
It's the same pair of pants that he was wearing when he went to the hospital.
I think we're onto something. Here, hold this.
Are we going to the bathroom?
No. We'll call Bobby and Tony on the phone. That film might have been right under our noses all along.
All right, Rhonda, listen, are you getting this down? Good. If Mac and Felicia call from Texas, tell them that I found some interesting stuff here in New York. Okay? Oh, hey, keep trying to get a hold of Caputo. I gotta have this hair taken down a couple of inches. No, you can't do it. Okay, goodbye.
Aren't you...
You're, Greg Bennett. I'm, Scott Baldwin.
Yes.
I'm from...
Yes, no, I know who you are. Right. You bring back a rather vivid memory of one of the darkest hours of my life when I met your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, she's a handful. What's wrong? What are you doing here in the hospital?
Ulcer.
Stress, huh?
It goes with a floundering advertising agency.
Floundering? I thought you were doing well.
I was until Hurricane Lucy drove it into the ground.
Oh, really? What'd you do, fire her?
You're darn right I fired her after she managed to lose almost every one of my accounts.
She lost your accounts?
Yeah. Thanks to her and her world-class ideas, I had to fire her before she did any more damage. How do you think I got this ulcer?
Well, she didn't lose any hair. Well, let me ask you something here. How long did it take before you just cut her off?
About a month.
About a month?
About a month. That's all it took for her to screw everything up.
Yeah, she does have a way of screwing things up. So you don't see each other anymore?
No. Thank heaven.
When was the last time you saw her?
About 6 months ago.
6 months ago. And you've had no desire to mend the fence there with her?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That woman is a hurricane in high heels.
She is. You wouldn't know where those high heels went, would you?
Well, probably to the unemployment agency, but aside from that, I don't know, and I don't care.
You wouldn't happen to have an address on her, would you?
Are you still interested, Baldwin?
Well, here you go. She owes me some money, and I got a couple hours before my flight, so I thought, what the hell?
This is where she was living. By now, she's probably moved. You want my advice? Tear this up.
Thanks. Good luck with the ulcer. Stay away from spicy women.
Miss Jones, phone call for you. It's Max Scorpio. He says it's an emergency. Thank you. Max?
Bobby?
Where are you?
We're on an airplane. Listen, we're on our way to Texas, Felicia and I. Now, we need a roll of film that Ryan had on him when he was brought into the hospital.
A roll of film?
Let's go, Dr. Chamberlain.
Thank you.
Is there any way you can get into his room and look around for it?
Sorry, Max. Too late. Ryan was just released.
Please. How can that be? It's too soon.
Well, he's going out the door right now. I'm a little surprised myself.
Bobby, it's Felicia. Can't you do something?
Felicia, I'm sorry. I wish I could, but, well, I'm sure Monica knew what she was doing. I'm sorry.
Okay, I understand. I'll call you when we get to the hacienda. Bye.
I don't believe it either.
We just missed our chance. If only we would have gotten the film. Now he's going to get out of the hospital, and he's going to get rid of all of our clues.
Very disappointing, isn't it? Hey, we can look at it this way. Ryan must have pushed up his release because of those pictures I took of him in the hospital.
Which proves that he's hiding something. He knows we're right behind him. Who are you calling me?
Remember? Sean said he'd put a tail on Ryan.
Right.
Just want to make sure he knows that he's been released.
Don't give him a chance for another slip-up.
And if he does, we'll be right there to catch him. Thinks he can steamroll over everyone.
I know, you think he was the only person that lost the painting.
Julia, he's creating chaos in this hotel. Every time I turn around, he's doing something to turn things upside down.
We could get a short leash.
I like the way you think.
Yeah, I know, William. Short leash, big collar. No time off for good behavior.
Ned, I didn't know you were here. How are you?
Hello, Brenda.
How's your pretty wife?
She's fine. Sweet of you to ask.
Yes, it certainly is. Now, about that Eckert problem, what I was thinking we could do...
You know, Jenny is awfully pretty. But for some reason, I just don't picture you with the redhead.
Brenda, shut up. Ned, about Eckert.
Julia, I was just being honest with him. I mean, you're always telling me to be honest, right?
Brenda, is this your way of telling me that you don't think Jenny's my type?
No. Well, you guys do have completely different personalities, don't you think?
So, what do you see as my type?
Ned, you know, Brenda has been sick. She's obviously delirious. She should be in bed.
Well, I've been already in bed, and it just made me feel more sick. You know, I think I'd be happy right here on this couch with you guys. You know, so I don't get lonely. I just kind of hang out with you guys. Go ahead. You guys won't even know I'm here. Go on.
Isn't this jolly?
What are you talking about? Are you saying there's a drug ring here at the hospital?
Well, evidently, Dr. Hardy, and this Marco Dane is working with Tracy to try to run some kind of sting operation. It's all very top secret, I guess.
Apparently so top secret, even the chief of staff doesn't know about it.
You're saying you've never heard of Marco Dane?
Heck no.
All right, I'm sorry, Dr. Hardy. I guess I've taken you on a wild goose chase here. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of all this.
Come over here for a minute, please.
Yeah, hi.
Hi,
Paul. What?
Monica, are you aware of a drug ring operating around the hospital?
Excuse me?
Have you ever heard the name Marco Dane around the hospital?
No, I've never heard that name.
Then you're not aware that he might be here to start some sort of a sting operation?
A sting operation?
Doing some fundraising with Tracy as a cover.
Ah, well, now, what has Tracy gotten
Yes,
herself into this
makes
time?
one wonder, doesn't it? Yeah.
Look, Paul, as a favor to you, I'm going to check on this right away.
I don't think there's anything to check on. I think someone's just trying to pull one over on me.
Tracy?
I can handle Tracy and this, Marco Dane or whoever he is. See you two later.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
There you are. It's the woman I was looking for. What's the matter? You have a headache? Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it wasn't the conversation we had earlier with Ned. Could you just leave me alone, Tracy? Sure. Would you like to hear about the breakfast meeting I had with the senator before I go? You saw him? Mm-hmm. He's a very impressive man, your senator. Could be president someday. One tiny problem.
You know, I really don't want to talk about this.
You don't want to know what your ex-lover is worried about? I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count. You're right. The tape. I have kept my end of the bargain, okay? You've stayed away from my husband?
As much as possible. We do live on the same estate.
You're right about that. And I'm sure you've done the very best you can. Which is good, because one false move, and not only does your marriage get destroyed, but so does the senator's career.
You're amazing. You are amazing. You don't even care about your own son.
Well, I happen to feel I'd be doing him a favor.
What kind of mother are you? I mean, don't you even care about how hurt he would be?
Isn't that really up to you?
I don't get how you can be this mean, this vicious, this cruel.
It's a rough world out there, Jenny. Someone's got to run it.
Yeah, somebody like you.
Actually, I'm only worried about my teeny, tiny corner of the world, which is just my way of saying, I don't make empty threats, Jenny.
Where are you riding?
My Christmas list. I've been so busy with my problems, I haven't had a chance to write down anything that I'm going to get for Maxie.
Maybe we could do some shopping in Texas.
That's a good idea. Why don't you take a look at this and see if you can think of anything else I could get for her?
My name's on it?
Oh. You weren't supposed to see that.
You don't have to cross it out. It's okay. It's just some turbulence.
I hate turbulence. Remember the last time we were on the plane? The one, that little plane?
No, I don't think now is the time to think about that.
We had that emergency landing.
How can I forget me and my co-pilot?
I wish you were the pilot of this plane.
Don't worry, the pilot will get us through this.
I still wish you were the pilot of this plane.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your pilot. Obviously, we've had some turbulent weather. We've come into a storm and decided to wait it out. So Stay calm and keep your seatbelts fastened. We're going to land. Our arrival in Texas will be delayed until the storm passes. Sorry for the inconvenience, but safety comes first.
This is terrible.
Don't worry, we're going to be okay.
I'm not talking about the plane. I'm talking about Ryan. The trial's next Friday.
We're going to get to Texas in plenty of time.
You're just as worried about this as I am, I can tell.
No, I'm not. Look, we're going to land. We'll probably take off in a couple hours.
Certainly hope so. Because if Ryan beats us to Texas, he's going to cover his tracks. I just know he will.
Hi, how you doing?
You here to see someone?
No. She used to live here. I'm looking for an old friend. Her name was Lucy. Lucy Coe. You wouldn't remember her, would you?
I think I remember her. Pretty, dark blonde hair, high cheekbones.
Yeah. Big mouth.
Yeah.
When did she move out?
Well, I haven't seen her in some time now. Then she had that friend staying with her.
Friend?
Yeah, come to think of it, I haven't seen that lady for a few weeks either.
It's a woman, huh? What do you remember about her?
Yeah, I remember that accent. She was British.
British, huh? You wouldn't happen to have a name, would you?
Something about the first name and last name beginning with the same letter. Chapman. Constance Chapman.
All right, about this Eckert business.
Why don't you just leave him to me? I'll handle him.
No. I want you to call me as soon as he tries anything.
And what do you think you're going to do?
If Bill Eckert ever disrupts this hotel again, I'm going to personally and gladly pay him back.
What, an eye for an eye?
You got it.
Oh, that'll look good in the papers. ELQ tycoon decks art heist victim.
I like the sound of it.
Ned, why don't we just use the iron fist in a silk glove, shall we?
Oh, so you have the pleasure of delivering the knockout punch?
Yeah. I know William. I know his methods, and I haven't been decked by him yet. We used to do business, remember?
He's a snake. He's a weasel. He's a loser.
Ooh, such praise.
Do you really want to get your hands dirty?
Dirty with William Eckert? He's a challenge.
Oh, that's right. I know how much you love a challenge.
Mm-hmm. I've dealt with him in the past, and I'm not afraid to do it again. That is, if you buy me lunch.
Wait a minute. Isn't it your turn to buy me lunch?
Oh, I'm such a pushover.
Well, Brenda, I hope you feel better.
Thank you, Ned. I already do.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
You really gonna make me pay for lunch?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Winnie the Pooh and his friends are making a list, but it gets lost on its way to Santa. Can Pooh make all their wishes come true in time to save Christmas?